Hello and welcome to the video info series of ESE. Well, when we talk about ESE 2017, the target year for the engineering aspirants, there are a lot of queries and a lot of questions regarding paper 1. To discuss about the various aspects of paper 1, which is general ability and engineering aptitude, today we have with us a very strong expert of general awareness and the joint director of ESE, Mr. A.P. Singh, sir. Welcome, sir. Sir, let's first talk about the project management. Now, this is another segment which has been included in this. So, can you talk in brief about what are the core areas which need to be covered in project management area?
See, to be very precise without wasting our time, if I tell you about the project management in terms of the key areas, then it will be consisting of number one, about the project itself, right? What are the various characteristics and types of project? Then we talk about the project appraisal and the project cost estimation. Then we go into the project financing. Then we go into the project planning, network and scheduling. And then we talk about the project cost control. And apart from this, the project organization. Apart from this, there is a project evaluation, risk analysis, inflation impact on the project. And then we'll be talking about the computer-aided project management. And apart from this, time value of money and the critical chain project management. These can be considered as one of the key areas when we talk about the entire project management.
So when we talk
apart from that, there are the miscellaneous areas.
Yes, so when we talk about project management from idea to the final action, these are the core key areas. Now, I would like you to talk to our students and tell them in detail about that in each key area, what other segments which need to be covered for handling this area.
Now we talk about the detailed part of the syllabus. So detailed part of the syllabus will be mainly consisting of the areas I have already explained in brief, right? Number one will be the understanding the project itself, right? What is a project, or difference between the project and a process. So project versus process, the questions may be there from there. Apart from this, there may be the question from the project characteristics or the project management definition oriented questions may be there. And apart from this, the qualities of a good project manager again is one of the areas from where the question may come. And apart from this, there is a project appraisal and the project cost estimation. This is one of the very vital areas of the subject itself. Technical appraisal based question, commercial appraisal based question, or economic appraisal based question, or financial appraisal based question, or managerial appraisal based questions may be there in the examination. And apart from this, there is one area called the cost benefit analysis and the project risk analysis. That is also one of the important areas. Apart from this, if I say the syllabus consisting of project financing, where the sources of financing, the role of financial institution in the various project management, and especially in terms of the project financing aspect over there may be the questions related to the capital budgeting. Capital budgeting has always been one of the key areas of planning a project and delivering on the part of the project. So for the capital resources are considered, especially when we go for the capital budgeting, we talk about the net present value, the profitability index, the internal rate of return, the payback period method. There are a number of methods, example weighted average cost of capital. So on the basis of those, we try and go for the capital budgeting. And apart from this, we talk about in fact this is one of the most key areas of the project management, that's the project planning, network and scheduling. In this project planning, network and scheduling, especially the question related to the project scheduling, where we may be having questions related to the CPM and PERT. Apart from this, the various other scheduling techniques, the question may come in the examination. Along with this, we have other areas also in the project management. It's a very wide subject when it comes to the areas to be covered, and that's what the students would be required to cover, not only those areas in a comprehensive manner, still they need to be very pinpointed and focused. Example, if I talk about the other areas, it will be consisting of project cost control, where the cost versus completion time will be one of the key areas. Then the normal time and the crash time, the question will be there. Direct cost, indirect cost questions may be there. Time cost trade-off is again one of the important areas when we talk about the resource allocation. So there the question may come. And plus the questions may be from the project organization, functional organization, product organization, matrix organization. So number of types of organization, these project organization based questions there. And apart from this, the project evaluation. Project evaluation is always one of the key areas of a project management. Example, whatever project evaluation methods has been there or are being used, or are kind of in prospectively being used, the questions may come from that part. And apart from this, the risk analysis, like example, the risk adjusted discount rate method, the question may come from there. Example, the questions may be from the effect of the inflation on the financial appraisal of the project also. Capital rationing is one area from there, the questions may be there. And apart from this, the computer aided project management, and the time value of money, the critical chain project management. And apart from this, the environmental impact assessment. Although environmental impact assessment, it may appear to be related to the environmental areas, but still these are the areas when we go for a particular project. Nowadays we talk about the social impact assessment, environmental impact assessment, so they may bring one or two questions also. If you ask me what exactly can be summarized in the form of this particular entire subject, we can say the planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, budgeting and controlling the physical and the non-physical resources of any entity, keeping resources and time constraint in mind in order to achieve a determined target using the standard methods and technologies, with correcting the deviation which has taken place from the laid down standard, will be called the project management.
What will be the type of questions which will be asked? Because I'm sure it's not going to be very exhaustive and intensive level of understanding.
Yes, example, the question may be there. You may be having a question, example, which of the following is an essential type of method which is required to be taken for a particular project. Example, the question may come from the CPM part. Direct question may come from the activity time. The question may come from the crushing. The question may come from the example. If we talk about the Gantt chart, directly question may come over there. Even sometimes they may go a step ahead and they may ask you a question from the Six Sigma management, or these kind of a question may also come. Although not directly will be having a big deal of questions, but still the questions
and anything related to the current projects which are being which are running in the various
over
departments?
The period of time, the kind of a methodologies which has been adopted by the people in dealing with the projects have been changing. So one or two inquisitive questions may come,
like maybe if you talk about say Digital India or something of that kind,
what they may ask you, example, there may be a one or two question given a particular scenario, what kind of a best project management technique may be used. But in general, this particular syllabus is of a quite of a kind of a that nature where the informations are available. If we can go through, we can understand this topic in detail, and it's having a more of a objectivity approach. We understand the information, and simple questions will come. We'll be able to deal with those questions.
Okay, and so what about the weightage and the scoring capacity of this particular segment?
The scoring capacity is very good. In fact, this is more of a technical subject only, and a student can go for 100% of the questions successfully attempted out of the whatever question comes from the topic. And so for the weightage is considered, as we have already seen, out of the 200 marks, this will be one of the 10 topics, and maybe having a weightage in between 5 to 15%. But considering an important part of this paper one, I believe it may be having a significant chunk of the questions coming.
And the practical aspect of this paper?
Yes, it's having a practical aspect, because when we are working in the organizations, we are mainly dealing with the projects only, because we begin with the kind of a temporary endeavor. Project actually begins with the temporary endeavor. If I summarize this in the form of what exactly the project, it's very simple. Example, we are planning, we are organizing, we are controlling, we are budgeting, we are evaluating our resources with the resource constraint as well as time constraint, with the effectively particular target which has been set to be achieved over there, and if any deviation has been taken place, then they had to be corrected. So summary of all this, what kind of a technology, methodology, what kind of other understanding is required, based on that the questions will be coming.
So I'm sure the students will feel very comfortable with this segment, because when we talk about project management, that's going to be a core of their working profile when they actually allocated the departments after being an IAS officer. Well, I'm sure the students will definitely gain a good mileage out of this particular segment. Thank you, and all the best for your future. Thank you.
For more details, visit www.madeeasy.in.